Hey there, I'm Faye. And today I forced three of my friends to play a TTRPG with me. Not really, we all just got together and thought it would be fun. um, so today is session 0, if you're interested. It is going to be our character creation, our design process, a brief overview of how the game works, and stuff like that. So if that's going to be up your alley, stay tuned. Before we start, I want to let you know the main story behind everything. So basically, there are these 9 otherworldly artifacts scattered throughout the world. And if you can get 5 of the 9, you can grant 1 wish. There is an evil organization in our world, which their name is currently a mystery. And they are stealing cards from people, but it's not based off rarities. Nobody really seems to know why they're stealing the cards they're stealing. And they're trying to find these artifacts, and our heroes are going to stop them. I want to thank my friends who are going to be playing with me, and that is Liar's Adventure. Right here, you can check her out. You can also check out Velvet Coach and Slipstreamworks. So we are all going to be working together and having a fun little TTRPG adventure, and I'm glad you could stay along the way. Another special thanks, I want to thank personally for importing all of these into Tabletop Simulator for us. There's Central 419 and Draconic Caribou. They worked on the form fillable card mods that we will be using as our series goes on, as you get to make cards on the spot. And as well as Nell Celestine and Blaze 409 for importing all of the other assets that we will be using. And that's all that there is. So without further ado, let's begin.
0.
Hello. Welcome to Perfect Draw. I don't have a name for our specific game yet because I'm really creative. This is session 0. We're going to make our characters today that you will follow through our adventure, and we will save the world, maybe. Maybe.
With card games.
Is it worth saving?
No, but
That's
we'll find that
question.
Well,
I already sent you all the synopsis, and I did mention it in my intro because I wrote the script for that not 5 minutes ago. So you all know the gist of what's happening in the world. There's a bunch of artifacts. There's an evil group trying to get them. They get them. They make a wish. You don't know why. They are stealing people's cards. You don't know why, because they're not stealing based off rarity. It doesn't seem to make any sense. And they're trying to get all these to make a wish, and abba baba. It's up to you to find out. I didn't tell you this, but you are all obviously from the same town that we started.
I'm okay with
And you are going to be joined together by Velvet's character.
Oh, that's news to me.
Yep.
Congrats.
I like dropping major lore things. So, Velvet's character is going to be the reason you're all together.
I'm gonna make you regret this decision.
I know.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Regards.
You've seen the character I'm making, right?
Yeah. It's
Cool.
Trust me. So, we're playing Perfect Draw. It is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime TTRPG, and it's all about basically being an outrageous anime card game.
Outrageous in like the skater words way, or like outrageous as in like
it's a radical card game.
Oh, okay.
We get to have trauma. Exciting. You don't get that in the real world. And then
I got too much of that in the real world.
And then whenever you duel related to your trauma, you could spend your advantage that you get for having trauma related to your duel to either make up cards on the spot, stay alive when you should be dead, and etc. Counter spells, stuff like that. We'll go over a brief bit of the general moves and the card game moves today, as well as the turn orders and stuff for the battlefields, and all of the characters that we're all going to be playing as. Everyone's deck has an ace card, 3 cards, and a staple. No, I'm sorry, 3 staples.
I love going to Staples.
Yeah, me too. You got binders.
That was easy.
You get 3 staples that you can play anytime, but you can't use them 2 turns in a row, and then you have a deck like a normal card game. And then there's some other rules and stuff. But the gist of everything is very easy to pick up, I feel like. I feel like nothing's overly complicated.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know, Velvet, I feel like your character is the most set in stone and done, right?
For the most part.
Do you want to go first and introduce your character and what you're gonna do?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, you're getting ready.
My name's Skelebaum. I'm a little plushie with a grenade in my chest. I'm here to make no friends. I hate everyone. And I hate all of you.
That's a good intro. I'm excited.
I can't wait for this character to bring the party together.
Trust me, you're gonna know why. It's gonna happen. You're gonna figure it out. Then, Velvet, you're the spirit playbook.
Yeah.
That is your class. You start with 2 passion, no skill, and no friendship. You can add 1 point of your choice to any stat right now, and it's permanent. You'll never be able to change it.
Well, it's not a friendship.
Skill. To skill. You're gonna put it to
Skill. Skill.
Lyra, do you want to introduce your character? We could go around.
Sure, yeah. So, hi, my name is Tina. I really like food and I run a food truck business and I like making a bunch of new friends. However, I'm not really good at games, whether card games or video games, but I still like to rely on my friends to help me out when I can.
That's good. That's good. You're a little taco truck owner.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Considering like the text duels we had, that's so funny.
Yep.
And Slip, welcome to the game. What would
Yes,
you?
no problem.
What is you about?
My name is Kurayami, and this is my pet rooster, Hen. My past isn't something that I like to talk about very much, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't ask. I've been through some stuff in my life, and I'm interested in seeing what the world has to offer. I also note with some dismay that I am the only individual here with some innate skill.
Will be the hyper carry of the team.
Apparently.
Lyra and Slip, you can also both add a stat to whatever you want. You can go up in anything. So if Lyra, you want to just stack friendship, go for it.
You are reading my mind. I want to stack friendship. Let's all be friends, and then we can eat food together.
This is gonna be
I
such a
can't
great team dynamic. I'm
Yep,
so
and
excited.
I'll put another point into skill so that we have 2 skill points on at least one of us, because it looks like the little stuffed animal has the passion of the team covered.
Very passionate.
Very passionate.
Passionate
Oh,
about
yeah.
hatred.
If I had a grenade inside me, I would also be passionate.
Yes.
I mean, like,
Oh yeah, that was a key thing I
got
didn't
it.
mention. There's a grenade in my tummy.
No, you mentioned it.
Oh, I did? Okay.
You did.
so this system works with baggage. You all need to start, I believe it's with 2 baggage. Let's see here. I thought it
I
said
like
so
baggage.
on your sheet.
Yeah, it's under the one question for each section, where you pick a struggle and your friends, and so for the struggle, you just gain baggage, and for your friends, you and that other player gain baggage based off of that.
Cool. So you're all gonna struggle bond right now.
Yeah.
So you all get one baggage. So Velvet, what is something that emotionally traumatizes you that keeps your character here?
So they say they hate everyone, but that's just like what they tell themselves because they've never been good at making friends, so just assumes that no one likes them already as it is. So they just get the drop on it by saying that they hate everyone.
Oh, so they're just really depressed.
Yeah.
You could do a check mark next to your baggage here, and then write, mega depressed. I like that you stare at us. Thanks. Thought. Burdened with thought. Lyra, what is your character's main source of baggage in their life? You want me to come back to you?
I think I got it.
Okay.
Tina is so desperate to make friends that she will do anything to become someone's friend, to the point where she might accidentally push them away. Kind of like what happened with trying to do taco night and someone doesn't like tacos.
Oh. Tina's like me for real.
She will keep offering taco night until they say yes, and sometimes that can be a bad thing.
That's totally understandable. You can write that down.
Is that technically a friend's baggage?
It could be. Do you want to link that with Velvet?
Ooh.
Like that's your shared baggage?
Yeah.
Do we want to link the taco night episode?
We can link the Taco Night episode. That can be backstory.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
link the Taco Night episode.
We can have some backstory. That only you know about until we start playing.
Yes.
So now you have a linked baggage.
What does that mean?
That means Lyra needs another character flaw. Everyone is supposed to have 2 flaws. So now I think Slip, you're gonna have 1 baggage, and then I guess you could still link with someone else. And Velvet, you could still link with someone else, so we could have more baggage going around.
Because I guess technically it's isn't it 3 baggage? Because it'll be your personal baggage, your baggage that you impose on somebody else, and potentially somebody else's baggage being imposed on you.
Right, so potentially up to 3. Or if you're all really emotionally like having issues with one person, they can have more than 3.
Yeah, they can just have a lot of baggage.
Slip, what is your primary baggage?
So my primary personal struggle is that my ex is still a high-ranking member of the evil syndicate that I ran away from, or the bad guys in the party or in the campaign. So, but I still have unresolved feelings for them that impact my ability to act rationally while I'm around them.
Oh, that's nice. That's gonna be a fun little side plot we get to explore.
I'm also not 100% sure if I should mark that as serious baggage or if that has to wait until later, because that feels serious to me.
You can mark it serious. It sounds like it's overall going to be an issue for your character forever.
Yeah. I also wish the font on this was smaller, because now it's unresolved feelings for my E.
For E.
E.
Well, when
I
we
hate
play...
my unresolved feelings for my E.
Same. When we play again next time, I'm gonna have personalized sheets for you all. So this is more so for me.
Okay.
So I can make it in the future for you all.
Actually, I guess with the serious baggage marker being an X, this actually reads out correctly on my sheet, incidentally.
Oh, it does.
Something fun that I didn't say at the start, but this game uses a system in which, as the DM, I kind of just play the NPCs. I do have plot and I do have story that I will guide us to, but as Slip said, Slip it worked for the evil group. Slip can add lore, Flip has the same powers I do in terms of Dungeon Master ability, making the backstory there. And the same goes for all of you. Lyra, if you have some...
No, only Slip.
Lyra, if you have some insider, like, food truck thing that's happening through the city, it's canon now. You can make that up. And Velvet, about you, you're a spirit, you have all of this underworld connection. You can make stuff up about the underworld and it'll be canon. So
Oh, I can make stuff about hell canon.
you can. We
Finally.
all
Hell
have,
is canon.
we all have the same amount of creativity here, and it's more about the story we tell versus all of you doing my adventure, or, you know, the thing that I've written. While there is my story will be the primary goal of the campaign to finish. If you go off track and do something else, I will embrace it. So,
Just see how
that
the cookie
being said,
crumbles.
if you do make something up that's tremendous, like Slip makes up a whole division of an organization that I didn't plan for, I would like to know ahead of time so I could prep. I could do it on the spot. It's just not going to be good. I'm not a very good creative thinker on the spot.
Sure.
And then, what would you like your linked baggage to be, Slip?
That's a good question. Since I wasn't here for the initial taco truck fiasco,
Incident.
Yeah, the taco truck incident.
this is the first time that I'm hearing about the other two characters as of today. So, let's find some shared baggage.
Trauma bond.
Yeah, let's do some trauma bonding here.
Are you allergic to anything?
You know, thematically, probably poultry.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my god,
Tacos.
you could be vegan or vegetarian or whatever.
Yeah.
Because Lyra owns an entire food truck business for tacos.
Yeah.
That could be just such a silly little baggage that you could have trauma
Just
together.
a little quip between the two
Silly,
of us.
what do you mean? That's that's friendship breaking. I'm surprised it's still together.
After everything that's
Yeah,
said
I'm
and
down
done.
with it.
We'll go with I'm vegetarian.
I'm down with that.
Vegetarian, which causes friction with the taco gal.
Tina.
Tina the taco gal.
Tina's tacos.
So
Yeah.
the reason we have trauma and baggage is because every time you go to a duel that pertains to your baggage, you gain advantage. Also, once you resolve your baggage, you get an experience point. Every 3 experience points, you level up. And there's things in the bottom left of all of your character sheets that show what happened when you advance. A major advancement is when you resolve your serious baggage. Once that's done, you can choose to be like, okay, my character is retired now. I have finished their story, or you can multi-class or do whatever. So the serious baggage is like hitting level 3 in D&D, I guess.
Okay.
Where you like get all of these sudden influx of options, or you could be done. And if you feel like your character is done or you're stagnating and you're done with them, that's totally fine. We can make you a new character with a new deck or whatever, and we could add you to the team.
Okay.
One of the cool little things about this campaign is we are going to be traveling the world a lot. So new characters can show up and leave or whatever at any time.
Yep.
And then Velvet, you still have so you did your major struggle, and then your friendship struggle was over taco night too, right, with Lyra. So Lyra has the most baggage here.
I do.
Do I also write the taco truck thing on my sheet?
Yeah, put it in the your friends section. So with that being said, you now have another sheet below you or next to you or whatever, and that's going to show your staples, the cards in your deck, and stuff like that.
Oh.
I see some of you have already marked it. You start off with that top ability that I would like you to fill out. It's just a little thing. That's something that goes with your entire character. And then your abilities below it, you can pick 2. Lyra does get 3. Because Lyra, you are going to start off with Trade Binder for the sake of our new adventures that we're going to have.
Ooh, okay.
Trade Binder for Lyra is going to work in the way that when you meet an NPC or a friend, or if we bring somebody on for a one-off or something like that, before they leave forever, they will give you a card that you will put in that binder, and it's a physical binder that you carried to remember everything.
Oh, yes! So I can remember the friends we met along the way.
Yeah,
The
and
true treasure.
you could let other people in your party use those cards in their deck before a duel.
Yes.
So you're gonna be like the collector of the group. And I'm
Collecting
giving
food and
you
friendship.
I'm giving you this trade binder, but also it's a physical item. So if you lose it or something gets damaged to it or somebody steals it, that's gonna cause issues.
Yeah, they're going to call big issues. Okay.
So I see, Lyra, you picked your normal everyday life as your starter thing. And you already filled out, you're the taco truck owner. Your hobby is cooking. And then you have an important person to you.
That's what I need to figure out, because I didn't think this far.
So part of my skill setup is the dark past, and during character setup, describe a terrible thing you did in your past and choose another player. Ask that player whether they were a victim or an accomplice. So my thing is that as part of escaping from my life with this evil syndicate, I needed to create a fake death scenario, and so I chose to derail a subway car in which I was riding, which ended up killing and injuring many people as part of my escape. So, Velvet, were you an accomplice or a victim of that?
Victim.
A
I wanna
victim.
say.
Alternatively, you could pick Lyra and have it so her taco truck got destroyed.
But I've already got a thing with Lyra. I need a thing with Velvet.
Well, you
Need
could
more
pick.
beef.
You could pick 3 things, right?
The other 2 are for any time that I'm going to gain baggage. I can instead choose to describe something terrible I did and list it below.
Oh, so you could retcon you could retcon things. That's cool. That's a cool.
Yeah.
Imagine if like your passive ability
The
was
power of
retcon.
retcons.
Yep.
Passive ability
Sorry.
backpedal.
Oh my god, you could just be the best gaslighter ever because it becomes true.
Oh my gosh.
Is it really gaslighting then?
Gaslighting's not even a real word, Velvet. You made it up.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
In the first session, too.
Oh gosh.
In the
Not
what
even. It's the 0th.
Velvet, what's your character's name again? It's not on your sheet.
Skeleboom.
Skeleboom.
Um,
1 L or 2?
1 L.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
So let's see. In your normal everyday life, when you use a move related to one of these aspects, you can mark it, and when you do, you get +3 instead of the normal stat. Okay, cool. So you can definitely cheer people on, essentially, which is what you are.
That's what I am. Yep.
And then you picked Darksteel Citadel. You own a place that holds importance to the game you play. Maybe it's a card shop, library, well-stocked basement. Select 2, and you picked it's mobile
Well-stocked
and
It's a
comfortable.
food truck.
It's a food truck.
It's mobile, so we can bring it wherever we need to go, and it has all the amenities we can possibly think of to spend our free time.
So,
I still love how basement was an option.
you know, like a secret underground basement.
You know, just casually your secret underground basement.
I mean, who doesn't have a secret underground basement, right?
I do.
Everybody does. Everyone's got a secret basement.
Everybody
Velvet, if you
has
don't-
a secret
if you
underground
don't know,
basement.
then you need to find it because you've got one.
No, I don't. My downstairs neighbors isn't my basement.
It sounds like it could be.
They've told me
Surprise
many
basement.
times, get out of my house. This isn't your basement.
Like, but you're below me. It's my basement.
Yeah.
That's how basements work.
What? You should just tell them to get out of your basement.
Yeah. That would be such a funny
Oh my God.
knocking on their door. Can you please leave my basement?
You know, I know
I'll call
Square's
the
rights are
police.
probably kicked in by now, but like,
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and then you pick Stronger Together.
Mhm.
Your allies gain +1 to all rolls made to help you while you're in battle and they're not, and vice versa. You
Yep,
gain
yep.
+1 to help other people. So you are the group support.
Yep.
And then, Velvet, have you decided any of your goobers yet?
my unusual origin is that I'm a magical dead imaginary thing.
True. You are a magical dead plushie with a
Yeah.
grenade. And then you can use this to, let's see here.
I don't know why imaginary. Let's take that off.
Whenever you or another player interacts with something that shares a descriptor with you or is related to one of your descriptors. So if somebody interacts with something magical or dead, you can roll your passion.
I can be like, yo, I know this guy.
It's true. On a +10, you can describe the outcome of the encounter. Feel free to make it as convenient as you like. 7 + 7 to 9. Describe one fact about it. And then a 6 or less is you were wrong in some way or gave incorrect information, gain baggage. That's really funny.
It's just on purpose.
Oh.
You know, I'll let you choose whenever you want, by the way, to fail if you think it's funny. And then you get 2 abilities from below. Have you decided already or no, not yet?
So my final form, I already know what that is.
Mhm.
Which is just I open my chest and reveal my grenade.
This is my final
Wow.
form. Rips the stuffing out of you.
Oh my gosh.
And then the thing you told me that the other people don't know about yet.
True. Yeah, we do have.
Ooh.
There is a secret going on with
Ooh.
Velvet's character.
Secret.
Secret.
I get 2, right?
Yes, you do get a second one.
Yeah, and I play me because one of my cards is me.
Yeah, and then you are the ace card of your deck. You must be played. Wait, it says you can play your ace card an additional time per game. Oh, okay, so you could use that, play your ace if you're falling behind
Option, yeah.
twice. Yeah, I was confused. I'm like, you could play your ace as many times per game if you keep drawing it. And once per battle, once per battle, whenever this card is destroyed. Oh,
Yeah, they
so
gain
every
baggage.
time you play you and somebody kills you, you get baggage for that.
Yay!
That's cool. That's really
And
cool.
it's fun because I have something very thematic for it.
Oh, I'm excited. And then Slipstream, what have you selected for us?
So I've, other than my dark past, which is just additional stuff or additional bonuses to rolls if I'm interacting with those terrible things. We've got Underworld Prestige, where I can intimidate somebody or trick a villain into thinking that I'm on their side by rolling plus skill, plus any baggage. Potentially causing my allies to believe that I am defecting to the dark side once again.
Ooh.
And then
Having
the
us believe you're a
embracing...
turncoat.
Yep.
But
A quick turn,
Kiss.
if you will.
Good job, Kira.
And then the other one was embracing my darkness, because it sounded very thematic. When I do something terrible to get what I want, I can name a victim or accomplice, I achieve my goal, and affect the world in a substantial way, adding to my terrible things and taking serious baggage.
Oh,
Dang.
oh no.
So if I do something terrible, then stuff happens.
Frog Champ. That sounds good. And I think that is character creation. All of you have decks. Slip, I know you have made your deck. Lyra, you are going to be using the starter deck. And Velvet, you have also made your deck. If you want to showcase
Yes, I
your
still
cards,
need it. Did we agree on the buff that we said last time, where the detonation device sets them all off?
I don't remember.
Because I don't remember.
I don't
think
either.
We were going.
I think we were gonna do
something along the lines
2,
of,
not
like-
all.
Yeah.
So if they had 3, oh well, no, there's only 2, right?
There is there is no possible way to play 3 to their side in one turn.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I remember is like the detonation thing explodes everything on the opponent's side, so that way that there's more pressure to get rid of those bombs. That's the only thing I
What
remember.
if, this is now going to be very wordy, you can use the detonation device, but only if you also destroy something your opponent has.
Or maybe destroy something I have.
So, like, if you want your plushie to go off, it has to go off with an enemy card. So
Okay, that makes sense.
So you could do 2, but they have to have 2 things. In addition to your 2. So, it does kind of make it better.
That makes it feel too strong. Because I'm also getting rid of, like, all of their cards on there, like...
Right, but you don't have
Yeah.
any way of dealing direct damage otherwise. You have no normals in your deck, right?
I don't know.
So it's fine. It gives you
Also,
control, and it also wipes things, so...
As we learned in the practice duels that Faye and I did last night, deleting the entire enemy's other side is not a good guarantee for winning a game.
It's true.
Because we did that multiple times to each other.
Yeah, so you should be fine.
Now I'm scared of your deck.
So, Velvet, do you want to showcase your deck first?
Sure.
Do you have it spawned in, perchance?
What do you mean?
Oh, I thought you would have had it. I thought you brought it over from the other table.
I didn't save it as a thing.
Oop!
Oh!
Big oop.
I mean, I have the descriptions written on my computer.
Okay,
I just don't have them as tabletop.
Send me the PNGs, and then
Okay.
on screen now you'll see Velvet's cards.
Oh
Velvet,
my God.
would you like to describe this card, including the name, so I know what to put on screen right now?
I mean, do you want me to
I'll-
solve for time while Velvet goes to the other game and gets the deck?
No, it's too
No,
late.
I
I've already
have
committed.
I have them as pictures on
Oh,
my
okay.
computer. So I'll just so we'll start off with my ace, me. I can play this card to either my opponent's side of the field or mine. If I play it to the opponent's side of the field, and it dies, it does 1 life to them. If I play it to my side of the field, it can't be destroyed by card attack. So it's like a little wall if I play it on my side. And if I play it on their side, it can get deleted and does damage. All of my cards have the theme of they can be played to the opponent's side of the field, except the detonation device. It's based on my favorite deck from the Dragon Ball card game, which was King Vegeta, where you play little baby Saiyans to the enemy sides of the field and they destroy the enemy for you. But more thematic around giving plushies to your enemies and having them explode. So the ace one, I can play it to my side of the field and that acts like a little wall, which makes it the reason it's my ace is because that makes it both good on my side of the field and playing it to theirs. And also it's me. The zombie plushie, which is next, is play it to the enemy side of the field and it dies. The enemy takes 1 life and damage. And if it's played to my side of the field, it doesn't have anything special. But if it's in the graveyard, I can discard a card from my hand and then add it back to my hand. And then where is the bat? The little vampire bat is the same. Play it to the enemy side of the field. It dies. They take a life. But if it's played to my side of the field, I gain 1 life because it's a little vampire bat. And then the detonation device, which, as we've just discussed, will... I use the detonation device and it will destroy plushies on their side of the field equal to the amount of my opponent's cards it also destroys.
Yeah, they like run in and hug.
Yeah,
And
they
then
run in and
blow
hug,
up.
and it goes kaboom.
Blow up hug. Oh, I am excited for your deck. And then we could show off your staples. Do you remember which ones you were going to take? Well, you have to take Foresight.
I have to take Foresight, which I forget what it is.
You look at the top part of your deck, and you may play it or add it to your hand. So you could draw it.
Yeah, that one was renamed to Mass Production, which is just little plushies falling off of a conveyor belt. And then the other staple I had was Here's a Present, which is destroy one card on the enemy side of the field, which was renamed from Destroy, right?
I believe so. I'm looking for it. Yeah, here it is. Destroy. And it has Overwork.
And it has Overwork as well. And then Error Copies, which was...
that summon 2 weak ones,
Summon Army, this one, yeah.
You summon 2 little weak friends that don't do nothing.
2 little grenade-less plushies. That's why they're Error Copies.
A little...
So they act as little tiny bit of defense, because that's something my deck lacks.
Alright, I'm down for it. I'm excited. I'm going to stall for time for Lyra so she could get her staples from the pile over here. I mean, not stall for time. Slip, you want to tell me? Oh, okay, I didn't know. You have
wait,
one.
I only have one.
Slip, you want to tell me about your deck?
Sure. So my deck is bird themed, because obviously. My ace here is the Corvid of Redemption. It has Sniper 1. It is a normal warrior. When it enters the battlefield, we return a target warrior from the graveyard to the battlefield.
Little monster reborn on a burb.
Yeah, little monster reborn.
Monster
alongside it is the Reformed Predator, a vegetarian hawk, who is a strong warrior with Overwhelm. The weakness of it is that it cannot be played from my hand, so it must be played out of my graveyard.
Okay, I'm down for that.
And jumping one card ahead thematically as to how it gets in my graveyard is the Incalculable Fall, which allows me to discard my hand and create as many weak warriors on the battlefield as cards I discard.
Okay, cool. So you got some hand discard sim or energy.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, from the main deck, we've got the Risen Dove, a normal warrior. If once I've played it, my graveyard is empty, I can gain 1 life, and I can play Risen Dove from my graveyard.
I know it's Risen, like Risen, but like I'm imagining Risen like Rizzin, like it's in the process of rizzing someone.
Of being doing the rizzing.
I think this one feels a little too strong for me being a normal.
That is, yeah, so that one's right out of the book. I didn't
Really?
actually modify that one at all.
Alright, well, if the book says it's fine, then I'm going with it.
We'll see how it plays.
I feel like it being normal is real strong.
Yeah, it may need to be weak, or we may need to do it, like, obviously we didn't get to play with this one when we did the test, because we just found out after the test that they had redone all the turncoat cards, so...
Alright,
oh well!
Cool. And then for your staples?
For our staples, we've got Cunning Murder, which is sacrifice a warrior of any kind. If I do, I can create a strong warrior. So
can't believe that's a staple. I seriously can't believe that's a staple.
Yep, it is the staple of the turncoat. So this whole deck meta is about making a bunch of weak warriors on the field and then killing them to replace them with strong warriors. The main method of that, of course, is the Recalcitrant Aviary, which creates 2 weak warriors. And then the final staple, Dive Bomb, where a target warrior can attack twice.
Strong stuff. And then these are your tokens that you've made?
Yeah, I've got tokens for weak, normal, and strong characters, despite the fact that I can't actually make a normal warrior, so at the moment...
Yeah, just in case. Just in case.
Yeah.
What if the enemy makes you one? Alright, and then we'll go over... Oh, yep, go on.
I should also mention that my my method of playing cards is somewhat unorthodox. Instead of these being cards or anything, these are packets of bird seed that I sprinkle on the ground to actually call the birds into
Physical
battle.
birds.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Physical birds.
Oh no, because then you have to kill real birds for one of your cards.
That's true.
Let's make them
But-
cards. Please.
I mean,
I know-
they could be magic birds if you want.
Spirit
Ethereal?
birds. Yeah,
Ethereal,
that's
yeah.
a thing. That's a thing from the spirit realm. I'm making it canon. There is spirit card birds.
What if you're just wearing a dual disc and they're all holograms and it's just for show?
I mean, it's 6 one F does the other. It's just I want to sprinkle birds
and
to
quote
summon cards.
unquote killing them returns them to the spirit realm. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm from the spirit realm. I know what I'm talking about.
They just go right back. Just right back. They're
It's
fine.
like in Doom when you kill demons and they just go back to hell. It's that, but with spirit birds.
Yeah.
They don't even feel anything. It's fine.
Yep.
Lyra, you want to share your deck?
Okay. While everybody was doing their thing, I kind of went and found new names for these. So eventually they will be named properly. But
Okay.
my deck is based on the fact that I can send out cards and when they die, they come back to my hand. So starting out, we have the Thief, aka Spicy Taco. When this card is played, it deals 1 damage to the opponent, but when it dies, it comes back to my hand instead of going back to the graveyard.
Play it 3 times and you win.
The next one is Wizard. This one is a burrito. When the card is played, I get to draw another card. Once again, when that card dies, it also gets returned back to my hand.
Uh-huh.
The next one over is Cleric, aka the Sweet Churro. When this card is played, I gain 1 life. Like all the other cards, when that one dies, it goes right back to my hand. And then last but not least is my ace, which is the Fighter, aka the Nacho Supreme. When this card is played,
Nacho.
it strengthens all the other warriors on the field on my side for that turn. And once again, when it dies, it goes back into my hand.
Cool. And then for your
Uh,
staples?
Staples, I have Quick Thinking, which I'm thinking of a new name. It might be Cooking Time.
Think quick.
But
Think
this
quick.
one, yeah, I gotta think quick. But you just draw a card. Magic Weapon is being renamed to Cilantro because it can strengthen a target warrior. So you add a little bit of cilantro on top of that dish. And then last
Okay.
but definitely not least is Painful Choice, which is indeed a painful choice. What kind of taco would you like? The target opponent has to choose a warrior or an item they control, and then I destroy it.
Okay.
I have to say, I'm profoundly grateful that the time that we're doing these recordings falls right after lunch in my time zone, so I can eat right before we go to these sessions, because listening to you battle cards is going to make me really hungry.
Oh god,
But-
I need to actually start eating food because I'm gonna starve.
Yes, I'm making you guys take
Aw.
care of yourself. This is awesome.
This is part of your
Oh,
plan.
that's such a Tina move.
It is such a Tina move.
Classic Tina.
Over here, for everyone, I have the general and combat moves crib sheet. We'll go over it, and then we'll go over the playmat. All of these were standard with Perfect Draw. And we'll just go over the generic, what a game is going to look like. There are in-combat and out-of-combat actions. The general move sheet here, I'm going to give all of you when we play on our own board. In the future, you're going to have a copy of this in front of you, and you can look at it whenever you need, because I don't expect you all to memorize all of the things you can do right away, because that sounds incredibly unfair. And also, when I was... Because, Velvet, we both got into this project when they released, or when we found it on...
Yeah, around about the same time.
Yeah, on BackerKit.
Yeah.
Which you could still support the project if you want. So if you really want a book, I think
Oh, I thought they closed it now.
I think they reopened it for orders.
For late backers? Oh, okay.
So I think it's like $25 a book, or something like that. So
That's
if
not
you
bad at all.
if you want a cool fun book,
And even if it is closed, you might get lucky with the community copies that are
oh yeah, because
funded.
since they hit their funding goal, if you are disenfranchised or whatever, you could enter for a free copy for the community, because I think they're giving like 50 away, right?
Yeah,
than
there was a
that.
lot of them
Oh,
funded.
wow.
And everybody who donated, like, you were able to round up your donation for your book to submit for another community copy. So we'll see where that went. But the general moves in the game are: enter a dangerous situation. When you do something reckless or are forced into a dangerous state, you can state your objective. You roll your passion, which is you roll 2d6 in this game, and then you add the modifier that we just added. And then there's a bunch of outcomes. 10 usually means you win. Here's your golden ticket. You've done what you want. Let's move on. That's usually what happens when you roll 10 in everything in this game. 7 to 9 is you win, but there's a cost. So like in the first example here, your hort or forced to sacrifice something along the way. You describe how this happens and why, but it does succeed. And then 6, you lose. You gain baggage, which baggage in this game is bad, but it's also good because you use it to level up. So having trauma is great. Reveal a new possibility. These are all actions that you can just say that you want to do. When we're playing, you don't have to like, oh, which do I have to do in order to move to this tile over here? Do I need to reveal a possibility? But this is, you help somebody. This is probably what Lyra is going to use a lot because you help other people's. When you help someone overcome an issue they couldn't complete by themselves, describe how you help them and you roll your passion. You reveal a new possibility to them that you can create or aid them or etc. Take a moment to recuperate. This is going to be very useful after your duels. You can rest and relax. You could define new baggage if something came up in the session that was traumatic to you. And then you could add it to your sheet. You can create a new card without spending your advantage and add it to your deck, or you could remove a card, or if you've had significant character development, you can rework your ace. So like, your character's all doom and gloom, and then something happy happens and it completely changes their outlook on life. Like they discover music, then their ace, who was a cloaked figure, could evolve into like a singer or something like that. Your ace is supposed to represent you in some straightforward way. Your ace is a representation of who you are as a person. So it means a lot to you, which is why you never really change your ace out, and why your cards, help your ace or work with your ace.
Mm-hmm.
So Lyra canonically sees herself as a Nacho Supreme.
Because everybody likes nachos, and there's always different
and
ways to have
everybody
nachos.
likes you.
It's like a circle.
And then you could change your staple out. Then there's investigating, which is going to be the one that you use to make new things up. You roll and etc. Or you could ask me something when you investigate. And if you roll a 10, I have to truthfully answer you 2 things.
Oh.
So you take those in 7 to 9. There are those questions. You ask it, and I explain it. And I explain it out of character, and I make an in-character reason for why you would figure it out. So if you're in a temple and the doors are slamming shut and your things are going bad and traps are going off, you could roll and be like, "Hey, what's happening right now?" Like, "Oh, you're booby trapped."
Booby trap, deal with it.
Then there's convey your ideals. You attempt to convince someone else, or I can't read. You attempt to convince someone to act against their own ideals and desires, which is something that, friendship and love and friendship and love and friendship and love and friendship and love. Oh, and friendship and tacos. Then you could understand someone's true feelings. This is like the real emotional attachment to you. Like if Seto Kaiba is really upset and gonna throw the duel by jumping off of a castle, which is something that happened at Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yep. If you don't let me win this duel, I will jump off this building.
That's
real
what
thing that happens.
You could roll and then find out, oh, he's doing this because his brother is trapped in a card, and if his brother dies, he has nothing to live for.
Wow.
What a
Um,
falling.
Resolve your baggage. That's something that we do after. When baggage is no longer relevant, you can remove it and mark experience. Become vulnerable. If you and your judge agree that your character has done or experienced something that would give them baggage, gain baggage. So again, just like before, if something happened and you're like, this affected me a lot, I'm like, okay, you're traumatized now. Congratulations. Velvet gets put in a bubble and can't blow up.
No.
The trauma.
You're now terrified of abyss mages for the rest of your life.
No. The Pokemon has the ability Damp, which stops me using self-destruct. No.
No.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yep.
Psyduck has it.
Huh. Neat.
Psyduck won't let his friends self-destruct.
No.
Friends. And then you have overcome your weaknesses. When you attempt to overcome a weakness in your past, you could push past your own limitations. Choose an appropriate baggage from your sheet, check whether your baggage has been fulfilled, or etc. And you could check if it's you're facing it head on, or it's necessary to help somebody near to you, or someone close to you is believing in you to overcome it. And then you could use that newfound belief and inspiration to create newfound strength to gain 1 on your next roll. Confront something or someone or something difficult or blah, 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 blah. I can't speak.
Blah, blah, blah.
Do something crazy. Do a kickflip off of a wall because children are chasing you and you're a paladin and you can't fight them. Something like
I
that.
can do that. Fight the children, I mean, not do a kickflip.
Wow.
Or get what you want out of a situation. Again, all of you have this book and you could read it at your leisure and whatever. I'll do 3 more reads of this book before our next session, so don't worry. I will have probably things I need to talk to that I got wrong in this session. Then on the other side, we have combat. So when you duel people in this game, there's different types of duels. There's 1v1s, there's free-for-alls, there's battle royales, I believe, is in this book, and I think next week they're adding card games on motorcycles, mechs, and more.
Whoa.
So there's gonna be a lot that we could duel and have like different game modes and stuff. There's 3 types of duels. There's filler, there's significant, and there's finale. Filler duels, you can actually roll your skill to skip. I don't recommend doing that unless you really just don't want to duel, I guess.
Aw, that's no fun. You're missing out on an opportunity to gain a friend.
Yeah, exactly. Every filler thing is entertaining. Significant duels are major story beats, major duels, whatever, like things. What are they? Henchmen to the final boss, or something like that. And then finale duels are, oh, this is a big bad of this area, or this is the biggest of the bad, you know. And those determine how much starting life you have, how many cards you could do, and how many times they can counter your spells, and etc. NPCs and enemies in this game are very, very strong. And they get stronger the more life they have, is pretty much the TLDR. When you attack with a warrior, that is, there's 3 different warrior types. There's weak, there's normal, and there's strong. And they all, a normal warrior beats a weak warrior. A strong warrior beats a normal warrior. But then if there's a tie, like 2 strongs, you roll your dice, and you determine the outcome of the clash. The player always rolls, I will never touch the dice. I'm not allowed to touch the dice. It's all for you. If it's a 10, you win. If it's a 7 to 9, you can decide if both are destroyed or neither are destroyed, and you describe the outcome. So, like, if it's I'm gonna say a spooter, but let's not say spooter. If it's an octopus and a baseball player fighting each other, then you could describe how you send the tentacles in and the baseballer hits them out of the park and nothing, and like they just repel each other. And then if it's a 6 or less, you lose. Your warrior is destroyed. then you have the option. We use this a lot in our testing, but hopefully you won't have to use it too much in the actual game, is risk everything to win. If you're going to lose, you're out of advantage. There's nothing you could do. But you need to win. A lot is riding on this duel. You can risk everything to win. You can roll and add your tension and do the impossible. If you must reveal something about yourself or destroy something or severely hinder your character in some way in order to do this action. So if Lyra was playing with her friends' cards and she's going to lose her taco truck and everything she's worked for, she can play the card too hard and it gets damaged. And that will cause a lot of trauma because those cards are very special to her. If you roll a 10, you gain 2 advantage in that duel, which advantage is very important. You could spend it to do a lot of things. And you get the baggage. 7 and 9, you get 1 advantage and the baggage, and then a 6, nothing happens. You've revealed something, you've made your life harder, you get baggage, but nothing out of it. You can also gain baggage by playing your ace card when you're losing. So if you're losing and you play your ace, you feel assured and you feel confident and you gain an advantage. Take control of the game is something that you can spend your advantage on. This you can use to either draw a card from your deck. You can search your deck for a card and put it at the top of your deck. So you could manufacture your next draw. Or what we've used a lot in testing is if you're about to lose, you could just say, nuh-uh. Sorry.
Nuh-uh.
I strong now. I know, die.
Yee.
The other thing that you could use your advantage for is draw the perfect card. There's nothing you could do. This deck counters you. You're fighting, you're a minion-heavy deck, and your opponent's a control deck, and there's nothing you could do. You're losing. You could spend your advantage to draw the perfect card, which is a card that you just make up on the spot. That helps you out of the situation. It's very volatile. You'll describe to me what it does. I'll say it's okay or not. Then it'll happen, and it'll save you. That card then we rework and it gets added to your deck until you remove it with the other actions from out of combat. So it's really good if you're really not suited for this type. The rules generally say try not to make it too specific because they like you to, add cards to your deck sometimes and just be like, oh, I have this now, And if you want a true anime moment, you could spend 2 advantage in the middle of a duel to remove your ace card from your deck or graveyard and create a brand new ace. That this is now the theme for your deck. So you something clicks in you in this battle. I'll make another Yu-Gi-Oh reference. You're My Valentine and you're fighting Bakura, I think is what happens. And she realizes that she needs to go all out, and her ace changes from the Harpy Ladies to Harpy's Pet Dragon. She has this card that now helps her, and it's now showing a whole new character development for her where she becomes friendly, more friendly towards the other duelists, and it has a full character development because of this duel. And that's kind of what creating your new ace will be. So Velvet learns that maybe I shouldn't blow people up all the time. Maybe I shouldn't be a problem. Maybe I shouldn't hurt my friends.
No, none of this sound let's not get crazy.
Your new ace could be Skeleboom, but just be Skeleboo, and you're just a little plushy. No more M. You dropped the M.
Instead of exploding people, you scare them.
Yeah, friendly. Another way you could spend your advantage is counter. Your opponent plays a monster you can't deal with, you can't deal with. Suddenly you have trap hole. You're like, you've activated my trap card, and then it dies. You roll your tension for this. If it's 7+, which is a very low roll for this stuff, you counter it. And if it's a 6, you do not counter it. And you can never counter it again.
One and done.
And then protect against a response. NPCs can counter you. Reverse, you play a card they can't deal with, they trap hole you. You can now spend an advantage, or you could attempt. So you roll 2d6s and you add your tension modifier, which goes up and down in battle. And if it's a 10, you counter it, and then you continue to play his plan. So they play trap hole on your monster. You're like, haha, I secretly had trap hole, and it puts trap hole in the graveyard. If it's a 10, you win. If it's a 7 and 9, you can choose to spend an advantage to make it happen. So you're always able to protect against a response move. But if you got a 10, it's great. If you got a 7 or 9, you need to spend an advantage. Or a 6, their plan just goes through. And then that's the game. Over here I have the turn actions, drawing a card, playing a staple, and then attacking. The goal is to get your opponent to 0 life. Duels in this game are contracts, like in Leeway, in Genshin. If you promise somebody in a duel, like you're dueling for either you join, or if you're dueling to be like, hey, you join us or we'll join you, and you lose, you have to join them. You don't have a choice. That's how the rules work in this universe. Anything settled with a card game has to happen.
Just like in real life.
Just like in real life.
Motorcycles.
Or else Zhongli will send a giant rock from outer space at you, and you'll die. Or become trapped in stone and take damage over time. I don't know. I don't pull for bad characters.
Ooh, shots fired. Not even related to a card game.
Wow.
Shots fired.
Wow.
Then over in the bottom left over here, we have the play mat. You'll all have a copy of this. Whenever we play, you'll be able to use your play mat. I'm fine with you if you want to make custom play mats. As long as all of the information is on it, just so that way it's like, easy for a viewer to look at. I'm fine with it. The turn actions are in the top right, in case you ever forget. The card game combat, like life totals and stuff, is in the bottom. Then you have the advantage, which you'll use a dice to count. So if you have 3 advantage this fight, which would be a lot, you would just put a dice there with the 3 face. And not the colon 3 face, just a 3.
Oh, okay. I was thinking.
I know. I knew. I foresaw it coming. Then you have combat tension questions. Every class has these, but they're very generic. If you lose half your life in the game, you gain a tension, and then that helps your rolls in the future. So it's like a comeback mechanic for you. If your opponent uses your baggage against you, if they're an enemy, they can lash out, which gives them an additional play. So it's very good for them to lash out. They can only do it a certain amount of times, but if they lash out related to your baggage, you get combat tension. And me, as a DM, I'm encouraged to do this, so I'm not just gonna lash out and not do anything related to you. So you don't have to worry about that. It's not like I could just win that way. Or has something or someone you care about been put at risk? If Pumpkaboom, Skelebaboom.
Skelebaboom. I'm not Pumpkaboo. I'm not a Pokemon.
If
like, we're going back to Pokemon?
If Skelebaboom is dueling a big bad with Slip, and Lyra's on the sidelines, and one of the henchmen captures Lyra and holds a gun to her head, you get a combat tension, so that helps you in the duel.
How often did that happen in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime?
There's a
it's
lot
finger
of
guns in the 4Kids dub, but like if you watch the original dub, there's a lot of guns.
There's a lot of guns and a lot of murder in the original. There's one where they're dueling on like a glass tower, and whoever gets to 0 life first, they have a bomb strapped to their legs.
No,
What?
remember season 0 when Yugi beat someone to death with a hockey stick?
Yeah,
What?
the first episode of season 0, he pours alcohol on someone and gives them a lighter and says, "Go on, try to mess with this person again," and walks away.
Holy
gee.
cow.
I only have seen the 4Kids version,
Yeah.
so this is
Yeah,
is
that
bad.
wasn't for kids.
Yeah, it's-
Obviously.
I recommend it. It's a whole new beast. But that's perfect draw. We'll continue this weekly. This is session 0 where you got to meet everyone's character. And if there's any changes or anything, if there's any questions for me. But that's how the game is going to go. The first session is going to be next week. And
Woot woot.
we'll embrace in this whole journey together. And it'll never end. 'Cause, the more I extend the sessions, the more I get to hang out with my friends.
Because
Yeah.
obviously we wouldn't hang out with you otherwise, you know.
No, that's the only reason.
Obviously.
You're not here for me. You're here for perfect draw.
Yeah, it's this or nothing.
But yeah, if there's anything you guys want to say to the video before I end it or anything,
Like and
this is your
subscribe.
floor.
Follow HeyFeiFei at twitch.tv/HeyFeiFei.
Velvet, can I just get you to say your channel name? Just once.
No, I think
Just-
I'm
look,
good.
Just say it.
No, I know what you're planning with the power of editing. You can't fool me.
What would I edit? What would I edit? Tell me exactly what I would do. Go on.
No.
Good
Velvet,
for you,
where
Velvet.
could
Don't
we
fall into her trap.
find you if we want to check out more of your content and your Sonic
Oh,
stuff?
twitch.tv/Lyra's
Velvet Coach.
Adventure.
Now wait a minute.
Lyra, where can we find you if we want to see more of your content?
Twitch.tv/HeyFeiFei.
I don't make content on Twitch. Flip, where can we see your content?
Technically, twitch.tv/medleylark.
Technically true.
Because
Yeah, you're not wrong.
yeah, it's not wrong that I do a lot of stuff for her streams, so
Thank you for joining us in session 0, and I hope you embark with us on our full-fledged journey on the next episode.
Or Skeleboom will come for you.
Or Pumpkaboom will come for you.
No.
Pumpkaboom.
Rillaboom.
No.
Skellaboo.
Bye, dude.